Welcome to the Swamps of Dominaria. As far as opening hand goes, I love it, except we have no lands in the hand, so let's go to Mulligan. Other than that, it's beautiful. It's always interesting how good those no land hands look. When you don't have lands, you can't do anything with it. But sometimes you have those lands those opening hands where you're just like, I'm going to risk it all. We're going to keep it. We're going to get lucky and draw a bunch of cards. But yeah, I like this one. We've got some good options. We have 2 lands. We have Birds of Paradise. We have Deed to hopefully kind of take care of some of our opponent's walls. But yes, we're going to keep on this. See what the scry is. Ravenous Chupacabra. Yes, we'll definitely put that on top. That'll allow us to take care of Arcades. I'm actually really excited about this particular matchup. We get to see Arcades. Let's go ahead and crack Catacombs. Let's go and go for Birds of Paradise. That way we can get some mana going. But we've got a pretty good hand to deal with a lot of these walls. Toxic Deluge and Deed will definitely kind of help us hopefully kind of get to Arcades as he hides behind his little castle over there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab, where is it? Tropical Island. Let's go and go for Birds of Paradise, and then anything else. We're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. We are playing Muldrotha, the Gravetide, the swamp monster. During each of your turns, you may play up to one permanent type of each permanent type from your graveyard. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Artifacts, creatures, lands, enchantments, anything that's a permanent, you can cast them out of the graveyard. Leads to some fun stuff, especially the Lion's Eye Diamond. Hopefully we can draw into it. I always like talking about a card and in hopes that we kind of draw into it or something like that. Always feels good if we hit it. We're playing against Arcades, the Strategist. Got some Defender walls over there. Flying and Vigilance. Whenever a creature with Defender enters the battlefield under control, draw a card. Then each creature you control with Defender assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power and can attack as though it did not have Defender. And actually, I'm working on my build of Arcades right now, so really excited to release that for the channel. I've had some fun with it. Let's go ahead and go for Signet. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go and tap out for Signet. Let's see if we can't get down Muldrotha pretty quick. And it does help that we do have 2 fetch lands, because we'll be able to start making those land drops out of the graveyard. Anything that we're going to go for, we do have 2 mana up, so we'll just go and pass the turn, and then we can crack on our opponent's turn. But we cover both commanders free time. We can talk about whatever we want. That's going to be Muldrotha. Now, if you've not seen Muldrotha before, at least on my channel, what is this deck doing? This is kind of just a really good enter the battlefield value creature style deck. We have a few other options in here that kind of helps us control the game. We have a lot of those enchantments that we can sacrifice to kind of mess with our opponent's board state. Stuff like Seal of Primordium and Seal of Doom. Just those cards are just so busted in Muldrotha. I love it. Let's go and crack Floated Strand. Let's go and grab a black-blue source off of this one. Let's grab Water Your Grave. That way it'll shock it in later. Not going to pay 2 life, and then we'll kick the turn back over to us. All right, so we run into Sidisi, Brute Tyrant. We actually just enough mana to go and tap out for it. So let's go and go for that. It's going to be 1 white off Birds of Paradise. Let's tap out on black. And hopefully, one of the things that really helps us get Muldrotha going is running into some sort of dredge option. Life on the Loam is always wonderful to have. You know, if we can hit that, that would be great. But hitting some sort of dredge card really allows us to kind of make sure that graveyard really gets churning. Anything else that we need to go for? No, we're going to pass turn to our opponent. But yeah, Arcades. Really excited about this matchup. So I've played 1 game with Arcades so far, and I'm shooting to have it out maybe, just maybe, this Friday. I don't know, we'll see. And there's 1 win condition I want to get so bad with Arcades, it's not even funny. But so you have like, I can't remember the name of it. Maybe it's like Wall of Kelp or something. Swords of Plowshare. Okay, that's fine. Go for it. So there's Axebane Guardian, which is going to allow us to tap to add mana to our mana pool equal to the number of defenders that we control. So you get down to Axebane Guardian. Then you have Wall of Kelp, which you can go for a 2 blue activation, put a 0/1 Wall Kelp token onto the battlefield. So now with Arcades, it's not whenever you cast a creature with defender. It's whenever a creature with defender enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. So you get into the spots where if you have an intruder alarm on the battlefield, sorry about that, had to hiccup for a second. You get into spots where if you have all 3 of those cards on the battlefield, you can basically just generate infinite mana and draw out your entire deck, because you go for the activation, get the Kelp token, draw a card, creature enters the battlefield, untap all creatures you control with that intruder alarm, and then rinse and repeat from there. So it's kind of like Splinter Twin, except with a Wall of Kelp. It's Splinter Kelp. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. Sorry about that. But anyway, it's still fun to play. And that's kind of the win condition that I'm going for. We do not hit a land drop off of that. And unfortunately, we're still sitting at only 4 mana. If we wanted to, we could go for something like Deed. That's going to take care of our Signet too, which we need really bad on the battlefield. Do we simply just want to go for Mancer to get that damnation into our hand? Yeah, let's go and do that. And it's not the best that we can go for, but I'd like to have it in the hand. That way if things get a little bit crazy over there, we can at least go for that one. Now, we do need Birds of Paradise on the battlefield because we don't have a second black source, but we'll definitely grab Damnation to kind of take care of Arcades' walls over there. And then anything else, we're going to pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, that's kind of the main winning condition that I want to go for. Kind of combo off with that one. I typically don't play a lot of combos in Commander, but we've got Arcades. I mean, it's just silly. It's just silly. If you didn't see my deck tech, running stuff like Panharmonicon, that's going to give you double card draw. You've got stuff like Shield Sphere with a 0 converted mana cost wall defender. You get that down, just draw a card for free. And then you also have cards like Ghostway and then Eerie Interlude or something like that, where you can exile your entire creatures, like all the creatures on the board, and then bounce them on the battlefield. You're looking at 3 mana to draw something around like 7, 8, 9 cards, especially if you have really good board state developed and you get that card draw going. But it is always funny kind of building a deck with defenders, because you just kind of like this trying to think, like, if you're a fan of football, it's like having an entire football team that's just linemen. So you have this lineman that's running down the field as a wide receiver and just all this other fun stuff. All right, drawn to Command Beacon. That will put us online for 5 total mana. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for Sidisi on this one. I think I like that, and we'll probably end up exploiting on Mancer on the battlefield too. So let's go ahead and add that colorless mana to our mana pool. Let's go and tap out on Signet. Let's get that double black going with Birds of Paradise, and let's go and tap out for Sidisi. Let's go and exploit on Mancer, and then at this point right now, we'll see exactly what we're going to grab off Sidisi. I think Life from the Loam would probably give us the best option going forward. That way it's just really going to refuel our hand and really make us be able to start making those land drops. We could go for something like Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, let's say we go Lion's Eye Diamond. That'll add 3 mana to our mana pool. We can recast it. That'll end up with a really explosive... Yeah, let's go and go for Lion's Eye Diamond. I think I'm okay with that. Let's go and grab that. Let's grab Lion's Eye Diamond. We could go for Life from the Loam, but since we do have these lands in the graveyard, we can actually start making our land drops off of that. And I don't think we want to cast Lion's Eye Diamond just yet, just in case our opponent has some sort of artifact or enchantment removal. I want to make sure that we can really take advantage of it. All right, opponent's going to go for Path to Exile. We'll definitely use that ability to get a land down. What are we going to grab? We have... probably need to grab another black source just to be safe in case something does happen to Birds of Paradise, especially since we do have Signet on the battlefield, and then anything else we're going to pass turn our opponent. But yeah, so with Lion's Eye Diamond next turn, we get that down. We are looking at this point right now, thanks to that Path to Exile, we do have 6 total mana, and that's the fun thing about playing Muldrotha. Go for Lion's Eye Diamond, get rid of all your cards in your hand. It does kind of cut us off Damnation and something like Toxic Deluge, unfortunately. But we do have a good recursion source with Mancer out of the graveyard, bringing that back. So if our opponent does get down a ton of walls or something like that, we can at least kind of clear the board with that. All right, so opponent's going to get down Arcades, and they're going to go for Swiftfoot Boot activation on Arcades. All right, so we got the whole crew swinging in. That's going to be actually 9 coming across with 6 from the jungle barrier. And then Arcades actually only swings in for 3 because Arcades is technically not a defender. So that's something to keep in mind if you're building that one. But I think if the way we've got it sequenced, we can actually go for Toxic Deluge to go for a nice reset and still get down Muldrotha to go from that. All right, drawn to Kodama's Reach. Let's go and do this. Let's go and add that black mana to our mana pool. Let's go and get down Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, because that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can actually go triple black off Lion's Eye Diamond for Toxic Deluge. I like that. Let's go for Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's go and add that triple black to our mana pool. There we go. Excuse me, did that out of order. Let's go for Toxic Deluge first. There we go. I was like, that's not exact. We need to do that in a different order. There we go. All right. So now let's go and tap out. Make sure, yeah, we've got enough to get that down. Let's go and go for Toxic Deluge. We're going to go and tap out for 6 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and I went for that Lion's Eye Diamond activation. I got rid of our hand. I was like, oh, we don't need to do that just yet. And then let's go ahead and go and tap out on this. Get the Signet down. Let's go and tap out on black. Let's go and activate Lion's Eye Diamond for triple blue. And let's go and go for Muldrotha. There we go. Beautiful. Got the board reset. And we have Muldrotha down. And we still have a land drop to make too. Let's go and go for Lion's Eye Diamond. See, this is what makes it so much fun. We're looking at 6 extra mana for basically just a 0. Let's go ahead and go for Flooded Strand. Is there anything we want to get down for 4 at this point? We could go for Mancer if we want to bring something back. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's go ahead and activate Flooded Strand. Let's go and grab Underground Sea. Let's go and add triple blue to our mana pool. And then let's go and go for Mancer. And let's go and bring Toxic Deluge. We're going to bring Damnation back. No, let's go and bring Toxic Deluge. It's going to allow us to, hopefully, with us sitting at a 6-6, Jungle Barrier is a 2-6, but with Muldrotha sitting at a 6-6, hopefully we should be able to kind of generate some sort of one-sided board wipe with Toxic Deluge. See what our opponent's going to roll out for the turn. Now, as far as what we've got going on next turn, we actually don't have a whole lot of options coming out of the graveyard. We do have Deed if we need to go for that. That's a good thing with Muldrotha is that once we get down Deed, Oh, with Muldrotha sitting at 6 mana, especially if our opponent gets out a lot of little defenders and stuff like that, it's going to be kind of like another one-sided board wipe off of that. And then also we can go for Birds of Paradise and Lion's Eye Diamonds. When you get a little bit of card draw going, we do have some fun card draw in here. Stuff like Get Rock Monster allows it to really kind of start sacrificing some of our lands and generate some extra value off of that. Opponent's going to go get down Sidar and get the Swiftfoot Boots on Sidar. And then we do have Sidar swinging in for 2. That's going to come across and knock us down to 13. And we draw into Secure Tri-Builder. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and get down Tri-Builder, and then we actually go for a Scry off Temple of Mysteries. That's exactly what we're going to do. Actually, let's do this. Let's go and swing in for 7 first. That's going to knock our opponent down to 22. Yeah, I think I like it. We actually start to go Muldrotha Beat Sticks on this one. I think I like that. Let's go and swing in. Let's cast Lion's Eye Diamond out of the graveyard. And let's go ahead and make sure we make the land drop too. Let's go ahead and cast... Actually, let's go ahead and tap out for Deed. Let's go ahead and get Deed onto the battlefield. That'll allow us to go for an extra activation to kind of take care of our opponent's board. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and get down Secure Tri-Builder. Yeah, because the magic number is going to be 4 on this one. So we're going to get down Tri-Builder. It'll be 1, 2. And then let's go and go for Temple of Mystery. Kind of get that scry and see if we're going to put something on top of our library. Merciless Executioner. Yes, let's definitely go and put that on top. And then anything else. We can go for Birds of Paradise, but we're simply just going to go for it off Pernicious Deed. So we'll just go and pass the turn to our opponent. So as far as next turn goes, if they do want to swing in, we are sitting down at 13, so that 2-5 kind of does add up, but hopefully we can kind of swing in and get enough commander damage. We're looking about 3 more swings with Muldrotha to deal commander damage, and with Deed on the battlefield, and only have 1 card in the hand, hopefully we're going to be able to kind of control the board from here on out. And opponent's going to tap out for Arcades, okay. And they're going to go for the Swiftfoot Boot Quip onto Arcades. Good thing is, if we do go for this Deed activation, that's going to be a one-sided board wipe. I know we do have Merciless Executioner on top of our library, but since they're going to be swinging with both, let's go and go for the Deed activation. Yeah, I think I like going for that. Let's go and crack Tri-Builder. We'll get that land onto the battlefield. Go ahead and grab a Forest off this one. Have that come into play tab. Let's go and add that 4 mana to our mana pool. Lion's Eye Diamond for triple blue, and then 1 blue. Let's go and activate Pernicious Deed. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that also put Mancer into the graveyard too, to where we can start bringing some of that stuff back and send Arcades back to the command zone. There we go. Now we're just sitting with Muldrotha on the battlefield, and then hopefully close it out with some good commander damage. See what we draw into? Drawn to Temple of the False God. Let's go and do this. Let's go and let's go and swing in for 6. There's nothing we can do right now at this point. Let's go and push in for 6. That's going to put them down to 15. That's going to be 12 total commander damage. Let's go and get down Temple of the False God. Let's go and go for Lion's Eye Diamond. That way we can add a little bit of extra mana to our mana pool. And we're just going to go and get Tri-Builder and Mancer onto the battlefield too. Let's go triple blue off Lion's Eye Diamond. 1, 2. Let's go for Mancer. And we'll go and grab Toxic Deluge off of this Enter the Battlefield trigger. And let's go and go for D2. Let's go and get D down. That's going to be black and then green. And they'll still keep us online. If they do somehow get down Arcades again, we can actually go for that activation. Anything else that we need to go for? No, let's go and pass turn to our opponent. But yeah, you can basically kind of see like repeatable stuff like Deed and getting that Lion's Eye Diamond down just really helps you kind of push the final gameplay in Muldrotha. Sometimes you end up with these games with Muldrotha where they're really not that pretty. Like you can see how we're just knocking our opponent's board state out, simply just getting down a bunch of value creatures or going beat sticks with Muldrotha. You know, it's going to be sometimes where we're swinging across with Mancer for a 1-2 Muldrotha, and it's just got a whole motley crew of people. Now, if we want to, we can actually go for Deed activation, Destroy Overgrown. I think we will end up going for that one, because that also will keep our creatures on the battlefield. Let's go 1, 2. Activation for 2 is going to take care of Overgrown Battlement. And let's see what drawn to Overgrown Tomb. It's going to get down Lion's Eye Diamond. Actually, let's go and swing in first for 7. It's going to knock them down to 8, and that will be 18 total commander damage. It's going to get down Lion's Eye Diamond, cast that out of the graveyard. Let's go for Deed again, once again to kind of keep us open as far as anything that they do decide to get down. It's going to be green, black, and then 1, 2 off Temple of the False God. And then let's go and go for, why not? We're going to go for Birds of Paradise. So we'll go for Tri-Builder. That'd be a good one to go for with that last floating mana. And then get that down. Then anything else. No, I think we're going to pass turn our opponent. But yeah, this is pretty much what the deck is designed to do. Get down stuff like Lion's Eye Diamond and Deed. And then really kind of control the game from there. We did get to see Sidisi. Unfortunately, got exiled off of that. We got to see both of them. But as far as some of the other really good stuff in here, you know, you get into a point to sometimes where you get down Titania and you're really playing these land drops out of your graveyard. You end up with a ton of elemental tokens and really kind of get that going. Hey, good game to our opponent. Definitely enjoyed it. That's Arcades, unfortunately, is one of those commanders that if you keep Arcades off the battlefield, it is so hard to get anything done. You're playing defenders. I mean, you're going to be obviously rewarded really, really well if you're playing a deck with a ton of defenders. Going to get a ton of card draw, but it kind of suffers from like that Narset thing to where if it's not on the battlefield, you just cannot get stuff done. And thankfully, the Swamps of Dominaria were able to pull Arcades down into the swamp off of his high castle over there. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.